Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. I am Pramod Nichak from Nagpur.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Madhumita Chakraborty, West Bengal.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm from Odisha.
Okay, Mahajan here.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, okay, Mahajan here.
Good morning, sir. Pawan Tripathi here, sir.
Morning, sir. Akshay Kumar Patil, DPI, sir.
Tapureshi. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning to all.
Good morning, sir. Akshay Kumar Patil, Gorakhpur.
Good morning, sir. I'm Shabjit Singh from Punjab.
Good morning, all.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. This is Bangalore from Venkat Subaya, sir.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. Just waiting for our director please to join and then we will be starting.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
So let's start. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning,
Morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning, all of you. Welcome, I Manoj Acharya from myself, Manoj Acharya from PCRA. I welcome you all to this awareness program on PNG stoves. As you all know, just to start, I will give a brief that you all know that India is going to shift from liquid fuel to gas-based economy, and there is a chance, much chance of saving this natural gas for our future use, and we'll be focusing on this. To start with, I would request our Director PS, Shri Abdesh sir, to share his thoughts and inaugurate the program. Sir. Have introduction.
Good morning, dear all. Myself, Abdesh Kumar Pandey. I am Director, Project Secretariat in PCRA. our ED, Executive Director PCRA, wished to join this program, but suddenly he has to go on tour outside. So he has entrusted me this responsibility to conduct this online training program. This is basically program is train the trainers. As Mr. Manoj Acharya, who is handling a research and development activity in PCRA, few years back we have, along with the IIP Dehradun, we have developed a PNG stove, pipe natural gas stove, with a greater efficiency. So far, as we all know, and in our this today's program, our participants from the CGD companies like IGL, Mahanagar Gas Limited, Gujarat Gas Limited, Sabarmati Gas Limited, all have joined here. So we all know that as per PNG RB regulations, normally people are in urban area, people are using either LPG or PNG stove. Normally, whomsoever who takes the PNG connection first time, normally he is already having a LPG stove. So customer prefers to use the same stove and they intend to not to purchase a new PNG stove. Since government wants to increase the usage of PNG in case of LPG, particularly in urban sector, so PNG has made a regulation that any CGD company who gives the new PNG connection, it is their responsibility to convert the LPG stove into the PNG stove. For that, there is a retrofit kit is fitted in the LPG stove, which increases the size of nozzle so that sufficient PNG can come out of the burner. But the fact is that, and this is the responsibility of CNG company, and that they are doing it. But the fact is that by research it has come to know that this by doing this retrofit of the LPG stove, efficiency of that stove is reduced substantially. As per government regulation, the minimum required fuel efficiency of an LPG stove is 68%. But when we use that retrofit kit in the PNG, it is reduced to 40%. But this PNG stove, which has been developed by IIP Dehradun, that increases the efficiency by 25%. So, which means that if any customer who is using LPG stove with retrofit kit for cooking with PNG, if he uses this PNG stove, then he can save the fuel by 25%. So, it is a win-win situation for all. Number one, for customer, it is a big cost saving. Then for country, it reduces the dependence on import because we know that we are not self-sufficient. So it reduces the import burden on the government. Then number three, it reduces the CO2 emission in that proportion. And by doing that, we are also improving our environment as well as our country is also able to achieve our target of the CO2 emission reduction. So these are the factors involved in this thing. Now, what is required? Required is that whenever we do any awareness program with our customers who are using PNG, we may be doing awareness program for different matter. For example, I believe all CGT companies must be doing the safety programs, safety training programs for their customer on periodic basis, time to time. So when they are doing such programs, where they are connecting with their customers, they should propagate this message also. Though they are using PNG stove with the retrofit kit, but if they use this PNG stove, they can save 25% fuel. And what is its economic working, that will be told by our faculty in our subsequent today's session, for which we have called all the CGD companies representatives here so that they can convey to their trainers. Then in PCRA, we have got various faculty across the country who have been doing the domestic workshops for the LPG customers. Our PCRA officials and regional officers are also connected here. So purpose of this program is to train all of you how to convey the message of this PNG stove to our PNG customers so that they can convert their stove with the actual fuel efficient PNG stove. So with this, I hope that all of you will be benefited by this today's session. And with this, I hand over the this forum to Mr. Manoj. He can take.
Thank you, sir. I think I am audible.
Yes, audible.
Just a minute, I will be uploading, I will be sharing the screen. Then I can start.
Very brief presentation. Manoj will share a very brief presentation. It will be introductory sort of thing, and then our IIP Dehradun faculty will take over and they will give the detailed presentation.
So again, good morning, all of you. Is this screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
Can
yes.
everybody-
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So again, welcome to this awareness program come workshop for encouraging the use of energy efficient PNG stoves. So actually, I am putting all of you on mute because of some background sound. We are not able to continue this. So just we are putting everybody on mute, and we'll be having a question answer session at the end. So anybody having any doubt can also come out at that time. And if anybody have also, they can also share the questions in the chat box so that I can write them down, and our faculty will be answering those queries. So I'm just putting all of you on mute so that we can continue the program. So so let's start. Why should we go for this presentation? Yeah, I know. Why should we go for this energy efficient stove, sir? To just give a brief. As you all know, India is shifting to gas-based economy. So all this liquid fuel that we're using in our vehicles or in our transport system, they are being shifted to natural gas, and because of various advantages. And as you all know, natural gas is basically used for used either commercially or domestic. So I have just giving you a brief trend, but you can see that the natural gas production and that is being imported, they're almost parallel. That means at present, the quantity of natural gas that is being produced and that is being imported from outside are almost in tune. So we need to think of this, because when the total economy would be going towards gas-based economy, we need to conserve this natural gas so that we will be less dependent on the import part, because and we can rely on our own production.
Request all to mute their mics.
Kindly mute your mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this so just I was saying that we need to conserve this natural gas and leave aside the commercial part. We are focusing on the domestic part. So on the domestic part, now India is the PNG or the government of India decided that they will be releasing around 1.6 crores of PNG connection, that is pipe natural gas, which is being used in the domestic part, PNG connections to the consumer. So naturally, by in the next 7 years, we will be adding around 1.62 crores of PNG connections, thereby taking the total PNG consumers in India more than 2 crores. So you can see the enormous quantity of gas that is being used. As calculated, the total gas consumption in natural gas, in domestic sector will be around 13.56 billion SCM. So we need to think of conservation. And what is happening, how this natural gas is being given, this domestic connections are being given by the CGD companies. At present, as per PNGRB guidelines, they are using, the customer is using the present LPG stove with available with them to be used with natural gas. That is, they are converting their own LPG stove present with them to natural gas, and these CGD companies convert them as a service obligation free of charge by converting the nozzle, so that it gets compatible and works with natural gas, because natural gas pressure is low in comparison to the LPG gas. And when we do this, we have found that through research it has been found that the efficiency of these gas stoves decrease drastically. The BIS standard for LPG stove, it specifies that the minimum thermal efficiency of a LPG stove should be around 68%. It cannot be less than 68%. And when you convert this LPG stove to a PNG stove, the efficiency reduces to around 40%. So you see, there is a reduction of more than 30%. And one way of conserving is this, increasing the thermal efficiency of these stoves that we are using in our domestic sector, in our cooking farm. So what we have done, we have come up with a stove that is compatible with natural gas, that is exclusively made for natural gas and is used with piped natural gas in the domestic sector. It has a thermal efficiency of minimum 55% as stipulated by the IS standards or the BIS code. And so when you use this newly energy efficient PNG stove with the PNG in the PNG connection, then we can get a saving of around 25%. So this is the PNG consumption trend that we have been seeing in the next 7 years. As you can see, the natural consumption that is, if you are not using this energy efficient stove, the blue line, it indicates the stove, and if you are increasing the saving, you can see in the red line. So what we have calculated is that annual savings of CO2 of natural gas in the next in 7 years only by using this new gas stove will be around 3.4 billion SCM. So this is a huge quantity, and the foreign savings will be around $0.82 billion US if you use this natural gas by all the customers. For ease of calculation, we have taken that. But at least if we go ahead and we can propagate this message of using the newly developed PNG stove, then the savings prospectus is much more. This stove has been developed by pcra and IIP Dehradun, and it has a thermal efficiency of 55% that I have told. This is the minimum standard, but actually it is available more than that. And this beats the IS standard, and we have also calculated that using this stove saves approximately 200 rupees per customer per month. So the savings to the customer is also quite high, and because they can get a payback period in around 1 year if you are using the same stove, same configuration stove as the LPG stove. And this new PNG stove, then you will be getting a new PNG stove, and also you will be getting the payback period, that is you will be getting return of your own investment in the next 1 year, 1 or 1.5 years. And since it is more efficient, the kitchen should be more smoke free, and which is a must for our own house members. And this is a Make in India product, and we should also propagate it so that it is available. Just to continue, I am giving a short clip so that you can have a feel of this.
आवाज नहीं आ रही सर। नहीं साउंड नहीं आ रहा।
I request all to kindly put their mics unmute, so that at least we can continue. So continuing forward, am I audible?
You are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So at the end of this program, actually what we expect is that you get acquainted, you all get acquainted with this stove, you get educated, and when you attend the other awareness programs of your own organization or of PCRA, so you can at least put this idea in the mind of the customers. You can just tell them about the benefits, what is the benefit to them, and why should they adopt it, so that people get aware, they get knowledge of this new development and can go for conservation, which will be beneficial to them as well as to the nation also. So we just want you to be the ambassadors to carry forward this awareness program further.
पहले नहीं जा रही थी ना, अब हम बोलेंगे तो मतलब है। हाँ, अब ये जब भेजने वाले ऐसे
So
अब जा रही। अच्छा
to carry forward, we have requested IIT Dehradun, Mr. Pankaj Arya from IIT Dehradun, to give more details on this development, so that you all would be getting more knowledge about this. So I am just removing my screen sharing. Right. And we have just kept two PNG stoves on the on our table. Is it visible to all of you? Just to have a feel what is the PNG stove and how it looks. Is it visible?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Two stoves are there.
It's visible. Yeah.
We
It's
have
visible.
kept one 4 burner and one.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible.
This is
Stove
also
is visible.
Three burner and four burner.
This has got knobs, 3 knobs.
So just to a feel of what is the basic, just to put two models here. So to continue, I would request Mr. Pankaj Arya from IIP Dehradun to continue further, and questions we will be answering at the end. Pankaj Arya ji, kindly continue.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Fine. So good morning to all of you, and namaskar from Indian Institute of Petroleum. I am Pankaj Kumar Arya. I am working as principal scientist in the Tribology and Combustion division of this institute. So first of all, I would like to thank pcra, especially Shri Manoj Acharya ji and Director Sir, who is sitting in today's meeting. Thank you very much, sir, for organizing this very important event. It was very much required because we have been trying to popularize the product which has been developed with the funding of PCRA at CSIR IAP. We have been trying very hard to promote this product, popularize this product, but somehow this awareness was not there among the customers. And I'm very thankful that today we have started this program. We have taken this initiative to create awareness among the customers. And on behalf of my institute also, I welcome all the participants who have joined this meeting from different parts. So to start with, I will just give you a small presentation. Okay, let me share my screen first. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it
Yes,
is
sir.
visible, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir. It is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So,
Yes, sir.
as Manoj ji and Director Sir mentioned earlier, that our country is moving very fast towards the gas-based economy. Okay, let me ask first that is any issue with the language? Should I continue in English, Hindi, or mixed? Because I want to
No
make
issue,
it
sir.
more interactive,
Continue.
and I want to convey the message clearly to all the audiences. So
आप
Yeah,
हिंदी
you can use
मिक्स करके कर सकते हैं पंकज जी.
both English and Hindi will do.
Okay. Thank you. Because the idea is to convey my message clearly to all the participants. Okay. So as sir mentioned that gas-based economy, we are moving very fast towards the gas-based economy. And as sir showed in his presentation that at this moment, India is importing PNG also, natural gas also, and our demand and our supply is almost equal. But as we are moving very fast towards the gas-based economy, the difference between the demand and supply will go longer, and there will be a huge gap, and which will be very difficult to fill. As in the case of LPG, because when we started LPG, the demand and supply situation was almost same, and today the situation is that we are importing more than 78% of our LPG from other countries, and this is the reason LPG cost is very high. So PNG at the moment is a very good substitute to LPG, and it is also more cleaner gas in terms of combustion when it combusts. So the emissions is lower compared to LPG. So that is why we have two advantages. It is a cheap fuel, and it is as well a clean gas also. So to begin with, I will just give a brief introduction on my institute, about my institute. So CSIR, Indian Institute of Petroleum, is a constituent laboratory of CSIR, which was established in the year 1960. So our mandate is to provide technological support to the Indian petroleum sector. So we do R&D, we develop technology, and we commercialize the technology. And our area is mainly downstream petroleum refining. So petroleum refining, petrochemicals, other petroleum products, application of petroleum products in various applications, and how to improve its energy efficiency. This is our mandate. We are also working in renewable energy also, and we are also finding different ways to convert waste material into energy. So this was a brief introduction about my institute. Now coming back to the main topic of today's lecture. So natural gas, as sir has mentioned, that it is a very important fuel. And if we talk about its application, so it is used in the industrial sector also as fuel, because now due to various climate change obligations, we have to stop the uses of conventional fuels like coal, furnace oil in the industries, because they are very highly polluting fuels. And since the natural gas is a cleaner fuel, so it has low carbon footprints, it has low emissions, so it is a requirement for every nation to convert or switch to cleaner fuels, because we have to reduce our carbon footprints to save our planet. The other application area is, of course, a very major area, which is the transportation sector. So all the vehicles in Delhi and other metro cities you see running on CNG is also a type of natural gas. It is CNG is compressed natural gas. So it is a vehicular fuel also. It is used in the transportation sector, which is a major energy consuming sector of our nation. So it is also there. And most importantly, the household sector, because as I mentioned, that LPG is no longer an economical fuel for us. It is very expensive, and also there are various issues related to LPG, because now you can see that in every villages, we are converting chulhas into LPG stoves. So the demand of LPG has also increased. So now we want to reduce the demand of cooking fuel in the urban sector by substituting LPG by PNG, and we are shifting that LPG stock towards the rural areas. So they also need to convert from biomass, from chulha to the LPG fuel. So this is the scenario of natural gas in India. Sorry, I have put relatively older data. This is for the financial year 2018-19. So you can see that the total requirement, or the requirement of natural gas per day in India was around 148 million metric standard cubic meter per day. And out of this, the CGD sector, the CGD is the city gas distribution sector, which includes your domestic PNG, CNG, and some part of the commercial and industrial fuel supply. So this CGD sector consumes a significant amount of this total natural gas consumed by the country, and out of which the PNG sector, the domestic PNG sector, is a very small portion, but this portion is now increasing very rapidly. As sir mentioned that in 2018-19, the total customers or the total PNG connections in India was around 50 lakh, but now it has crossed, I think, 1 crore, or it is near 1 crore. And in the coming years, as per the targets of various CGD companies, this demand is going to be very high. Means the number of connections will be around 4 crore in coming 4-5 years. And if we see that the consumption of domestic PNG for a regular family of 4 person is around 0.5 standard cubic meter. So this is some data, just giving a brief, feel of what is the demand, or what is the status of natural gas in India. Now, if we see that why we are, switching over to PNG. So this is the data which I have taken from one report which was published by CEEW. So they conducted one survey, one study, scientific study, and they compared all the cooking fuel options which are available in India. And they calculated that how much cost the customer is paying for the energy, for the fuel which they are getting at their household. So they compared different type of fuel options, like as you can see in the slide, there is LPG, PNG, induction stove, electric stove, biogas, forced draft pellet chulha, forced draft firewood, and the basic chulha also they compared. And when we see the comparison between LPG and PNG, so we can easily see here that there is a huge difference. So almost the PNG is almost half. The cost of PNG is almost half compared to that of LPG.
Pankaj ji, you are mute. Please unmute yourself.
Pankaj sir, you are unmuted, please.
आप म्यूट पे हैं यहाँ.
मैं तो अनम्यूट कर रहा हूँ, उनके उधर से हो रहा है वो.
Pankaj ji, you are still mute.
Am I audible now?
Now
Yes, sir.
okay.
Now audible. Now audible.
Okay. So the cost of PNG, what I was telling that कि PNG का cost है वो LPG से काफी कम आता है. And for government point of view also, there is no subsidy on PNG like LPG. So for government also it is a profitable thing. और कोई सिलेंडर की कॉस्ट नहीं है. फ्रॉम द कस्टमर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सिलेंडर की कोई कॉस्ट नहीं है. कई बार सिलेंडर को चढ़ाने में दिक्कत होती है लेडीज के लिए, तो वो भी इसमें दिक्कत नहीं है. सो पीएनजी इज अ वेरी गुड ऑप्शन. और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है कि कोई चांस नहीं है कि पीएनजी की पाइपलाइन में आप किसी तरह से कोई हेरा फेरी करें. आप किसी तरह से कस्टमर, जैसे कि एलपीजी की केस में हमने कुछ जगहों पे देखा है कि the people, the supplier, they do some kind of कुछ एलपीजी निकाल लेते हैं, कम देता है. तो इस तरह का कोई चांस नहीं है पीएनजी के केस में. तो कस्टमर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से पीएनजी इज द बेस्ट ऑप्शन दैट इज अवेलेबल इन द कंट्री एट द मोमेंट. और ऑल्सो इट इज अ वेरी चीप फ्यूल कंपेयर टू एलपीजी. बट टेक्निकली अगर देखा जाए, इफ वी कंपेयर टेक्निकली, देन वी सी that LPG and PNG are two different gases. उनकी composition बिल्कुल अलग है. LPG की बात करें तो LPG is mainly a mixture of propane and butane. ठीक है. और PNG की बात करें तो PNG में 90 to 94% आपका मीथेन रहता है. ठीक है. सो आप देख सकते हैं कि कार्बन टू हाइड्रोजन रेशियो के हिसाब से द ग्रॉस कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू, यानी कि जो एनर्जी है उस फ्यूल में, पर यूनिट एनर्जी है, वो एलपीजी में ज्यादा होती है पीएनजी के मुकाबले. ऑल्सो द स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी, यानी कि आप समझ सकते हैं कि उसका भार जो है, गैस का जो भार है, वेट है, वो जो है एलपीजी का ज्यादा होता है, पीएनजी का कम होता है. यानी कि आप सिंपल भाषा में अगर आप जानना चाहें तो एलपीजी इज अ हैवियर फ्यूल देन पीएनजी. हैवियर कैसे बोलेंगे? इन कंपैरिजन टू एयर. अगर एयर की स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी 1 है तो एलपीजी की 1.5 है और पीएनजी की 0.5 है. तो इसी से अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं हम कि बोथ द गैसेस आर डिफरेंट, एंड सो द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ एयर फॉर कंबशन फॉर बोथ द गैसेस आर डिफरेंट. यानी कि जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि जब कोई भी ईंधन जलता है तो उसको हवा की आवश्यकता होती है. So the requirement of air, stoichiometric requirement, is also different. और एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है, मैं थोड़ा थ्योरी की चीज आपको बता रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, कि जब हम थ्योरी के हिसाब से देखते हैं तो कोई भी जब दो गैसेस को इंटरचेंज करना होता है हमको किसी एप्लीकेशन में, to see the interchangeability of any two gases, there is one thing which is considered, which is known as Bob number or Bob index. अगर Bob number दो gases का same है, then only they can be interchanged. So here we see that the Bob number of natural gas and LPG is different, not even close. So there is a poor interchangeability between LPG and PNG in the same appliance. But unfortunately, what is happening in our country is, as you all must be knowing, that PNG, use of PNG started very early in our country. It started like from 1987 to 1988. It started from there. Started in Gujarat on trial basis, but at that time and even till few years back, there was no standard stove or no standard appliance available in our country. So people were doing simple retrofitment. They were changing the jet of the same LPG stove to fire PNG. बट वाई दे वर डूइंग दिस, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे थे? क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने अपनी पिछली स्लाइड में बताया कि द एनर्जी कंटेंट ऑफ PNG per unit compared to LPG is lower. So to match the power rating, to match the load, because एक स्टोव का एक फ्लो रेट होता है, उसका एक कैपेसिटी होता है, तो उस कैपेसिटी को मैच करने के लिए now we have to inject more fuel into the burner. But this retrofitment जो कर रहे हैं was not based on any technical knowledge. उसका कोई standard know-how नहीं था लोगों के पास में. And as sir mentioned, and we found also that the thermal performance of the stove, जो स्टोव की दक्षता है, जो उसकी थर्मल परफॉर्मेंस है, it drastically reduces. And to some extent it compromises with the safety of users also. कैसे? I will show you in the coming slides. और सबसे बड़ी बात जो कि स्टोव मैन्युफैक्चरर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से है कि the people who are retrofitting the LPG stove, they are tampering with a standard product. They are converting a standard product into a non-standard product. समझे? मतलब कि if a customer is having a standard LPG stove as per IS 4246 and somebody coming to your place and changing its nozzle, changing some part and saying you that you now use it for PNG, so that standard LPG stove bought by the customer has been now converted into a non-standard product. So it was an issue from the stove manufacturer's point of view also. So based on all these things, we approached PCRA. हम PCRA के पास गए. We proposed this project to PCRA for funding. PCRA supported us very well, or we started this project. And based on some baseline study, जो हमने पहले baseline study किया था, उसके base पे we started this project. So what we did was we took almost more than 15 different stove samples from the market, both LPG and retrofitted PNG, and we first determined its power rating. कि किस power rating के हिसाब से LPG stove हमारे कंट्री में अवेलेबल है. तो लगभग ये
प्रधान जी है ना, प्रजाई.
Yeah. So 1.5 से 2.5 किलोवाट तक के स्टोव्स हमारे कंट्री में चलते हैं और उसके हमने कुछ परफॉर्मेंस इवैल्यूएशन किया कि उसकी थर्मल एफिशिएंसी एक स्टैंडर्ड एलपीजी स्टोव का कितना होता है और रेट्रोफिटमेंट के बाद में उसका जो है परफॉर्मेंस कितना डाउन होता है. So when we tested in the lab, we found that the thermal performance of a standard LPG stove reduces from 67-68% to directly to 40%. Okay, but now why this happens? ये सवाल हमारे मन में आया कि ऐसा क्यों होता है। तो जब हम इसका थर्मल एफिशिएंसी का अगर हम एक कॉन्सेप्ट देखें तो थर्मल एफिशिएंसी बेसिकली how much output we are getting from from how input we have, how much input we have given, means ratio of output to input, यानी कि कितना हमने थर्मल एनर्जी का इनपुट दिया और उसमें से कितना परसेंट हम उसको एक्चुअल वर्क में हम आउटपुट के रूप में ले पाए। तो उसमें कई चीजें फैक्टर्स होती हैं, जैसे कि कितना टेम्परेचर राइज हुआ है, फ्लेम की कितना टेम्परेचर रहा है, कितना फ्यूल कंजम्पशन हुआ है फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर राइज इन दी टेम्परेचर ऑफ वाटर। तो अगर हम देखते हैं इन सब चीजों को तो कई सारी चीजें फैक्टर करती हैं, जिसमें कि फ्लेम की हाइट, फ्लेम की टेम्परेचर और आपका बर्नर की ज्योमेट्री, लोडिंग हाइट, ये बहुत सारी चीजें फैक्टर हैं जो कि थर्मल एफिशिएंसी को अफेक्ट करती हैं।
वहां से पिक करेंगे और फिर वहां से इनको वहां ले जाएंगे।
So this was the effect on the thermal efficiency of these two. Or even in some cases, we observed that some of the holes, means the traces of unburnt this PNG and air mixture was observed in the flue gases, in the exhaust gases of the stove. And we know that, as I mentioned, that PNG is mainly methane. So आप समझ सकते हैं कि मीथेन is a very dangerous gas compared to CO2, as its greenhouse gas potential is 200 times more than CO2. तो पर्यावरण की दृष्टि से, एनवायरनमेंट की दृष्टि से मीथेन का लीक होना किसी भी प्रकार से, किसी भी अप्लायंस में से बहुत ही डेंजरस है हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए। इट इज इवन मोर डेंजरस देन CO2। इसीलिए देयर इज अ वेरी रिसेंट स्टडी कंडक्टेड इन US, जो कि हम कुछ दिनों पहले एक आर्टिकल पढ़ रहे थे, उसमें उन्होंने माना है कि जो डोमेस्टिक हॉप्स हैं PNG के, वो एक मेजर कंट्रीब्यूटर हैं पूरे कंट्री के ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशंस में। तो यही केस हमारे रेट्रोफिटेड स्टोव्स में भी हो रहा है। दूसरा जो कि मैं बार बार कहता आया हूं कि यूजर सेफ्टी बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो कोई भी फ्यूल है, जो भी है, ये हमारे घरों में इस्तेमाल होना है। दिस फ्यूल्स विल बी यूज्ड इन एट आवर हाउस होल्ड। तो जो लोग हैं, जो यूजर हैं, उनकी सेफ्टी सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है। जैसे कि हम पहली वाली स्लाइड में मैंने बताया कि हमने जो है फ्लो रेट्स को बढ़ाया है जस्ट टू मैच दी पावर रेटिंग। बेसिकली ये जो जेट आप देख रहे हैं, ये इंजेक्टर जेट का साइज हमने बड़ा किया है और नाउ वी आर फीडिंग, वी आर गिविंग इनपुट मोर फ्यूल कंपेयर टू एलपीजी। एलपीजी का जहां एलपीजी स्टोव में जहां की फ्लो रेट 70 लीटर पर आवर रहता था, नाउ वी हैव इंक्रीज द फ्लो रेट टू अप टू 195 टू 200 लीटर पर आवर। हमने फ्लो रेट को डबल से भी ज्यादा कर दिया है। क्यों? बिकॉज वी हैव टू मैच दी फ्लो रेट। अब क्या होता है कि जब ये गैस को, ये जब गैस है ये मिक्सिंग ट्यूब में इंजेक्ट किया जाता है, so at the throat, which is a small opening in the mixing tube, there creates a pressure difference, जिसकी वजह से जो सराउंडिंग एयर होती है वो मिक्सिंग ट्यूब के अंदर चली जाती है एंड the fuel and air mixes in the mixing tube. Now this LPG burner, this burner which was designed initially for LPG and now we are using it for PNG, इसमें जो इसका वॉल्यूम है वो तो एलपीजी की वॉल्यूम के हिसाब से था, 70 लीटर पर आवर के हिसाब से था, बट नाउ द वॉल्यूम इज हैज जस्ट गॉन डबल। सो द रेट ऑफ मिक्सिंग और द रेट ऑफ मिक्सिंग ऑफ फ्यूल एंड एयर इन द मिक्सिंग ट्यूब हैज इंक्रीज्ड जस्ट डबल एंड इट अफेक्ट्स द रेट ऑफ बर्निंग एट द पोर्ट। यानी कि जिस तेजी के साथ में फ्यूल पोर्ट में जल रहा है उससे कहीं ज्यादा तेजी से जो फ्यूल और एयर है उसका मिक्सचर हमारी मिक्सिंग ट्यूब में बन रहा है, जब ये डिफरेंस आता है बर्निंग रेट और मिक्सिंग रेट में, तब जो है हवा और फ्यूल का मिक्सचर जो होता है वो आपका फ्लेम को एक तरह से पुश करता है पोर्ट्स पे, एंड द फ्लेम लिफ्ट्स। जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं पोर्ट में, यहाँ पे ये एक हमने थ्योरेटिकल सिमुलेशन किया था, तो आप देख सकते हैं कि एक फ्लेम लिफ्ट ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है सेम ऑपरेटिंग कंडीशन में। अब एलपीजी और पीएनजी को जब सेम ऑपरेटिंग कंडीशन में आप चलाते हैं और फ्लो रेट इसका बढ़ाते हैं पीएनजी का, तो एक फ्लेम लिफ्ट ऑब्जर्व होती है, जो कि हम प्रैक्टिकली भी बहुत जगह पे देखी गई है। सो ये जो लिफ्टेड फ्लेम होती है, दिस लिफ्टेड फ्लेम इज वेरी इजी टू एक्सटिंग्विश। हवा का एक हल्का सा भी झोंका, एक हल्का सा भी ड्राफ्ट आता है तो ये फ्लेम बुझ जाती है।
जाएगी
Is there any question, sir? Manoj ji, is there any question?
In the last, sir, last. In the last. You continue, पंकज जी, क्या हो रहा है बीच में? It seems that जो लोग मोबाइल से अटेंड कर रहे हैं ना, उनके मोबाइल पे जब कोई कॉल आता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली उनका माइक अनम्यूट हो जाता है. This is a problem we are facing, but you continue question answer we will take in the last.
Okay, sir. Okay. So मैं फ्लेम लिफ्ट की बात कर रहा था, तो ये जो फ्लेम, जो लिफ्टेड फ्लेम होती है बर्नर पोर्ट में, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, इट इज वेरी इजी टू एक्सटिंग्विश। और जो इसका स्टैंडर्ड है स्टोव्स का, उस स्टोव के स्टैंडर्ड में भी इट इज मेंशन दैट 2 मीटर पर सेकेंड की तेजी से अगर हवा का ड्राफ्ट आपके किचन में या वहां पे होता है, तो उतनी गति की हवा में आपका स्टोव बुझना नहीं चाहिए। और अगर पीएनजी बुझ जाती है तो इसमें कोई ऑडरेंट भी नहीं है, तो आप जो यूजर है उसको पता भी नहीं लग पाता है कि भाई आपका एलपीजी लीकेज हो रहा है, और ये किसी तरह के एक्सीडेंट को कॉज कर सकता है। और जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि लीकेज ऑफ पीएनजी इनटू एटमॉस्फेयर इज वेरी डेंजरस, बिकॉज इसका जो ग्रीन हाउस गैस पोटेंशियल है वो बहुत ज्यादा होता है, मीथेन का CO2 से लगभग 200 गुना ज्यादा है। तो ये एक समस्या थी। सो बेस्ड ऑन दीज प्रॉब्लम्स वी डेवलप दिस डेडिकेटेड बर्नर, डेडिकेटेड स्टोव, जिसमें कि हमने जो भी इसकी डिजाइन किया है बर्नर की, वो पूरी तरह से बेस्ड ऑन दी टेक्निकल स्पेसिफिकेशन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ पीएनजी है। पीएनजी के जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं उसके बेस पे ही हमने फ्लो रेट्स इसके निर्धारित किए, इसकी साइज ऑफ मिक्सिंग ट्यूब, साइज ऑफ गैस मैनिफोल्ड, नंबर ऑफ होल्स इन दी बर्नर, उन पोर्ट्स का वो जो होल्स है उनका डायमीटर कितना होना चाहिए, और लोडिंग हाइट, मतलब कि बर्नर और बर्तन के बीच का जो डिस्टेंस होता है वो कितना होना चाहिए। तो ये सारी चीजें we determine through theoretical studies as well as experimental and practical knowledge, and जो हम स्टोव जो हमने बनाया है, इट्स परफॉर्मेंस, अगर आप सिर्फ थर्मल परफॉर्मेंस की बात करें तो इट इज नाउ एट पार विद एलपीजी स्टोव। लगभग एलपीजी स्टोव के बराबर इसकी परफॉर्मेंस आ गई है, जो कि 40 से 45% थी पहले। और जब हमने देखा तो 20 से 25% तक की फ्यूल जो है सेविंग आप इस स्टोव के जरिए, इस स्टोव के माध्यम से ले सकते हैं। और दिस इज, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग जस्ट बेस्ड ऑन सम some basic laboratory results। ये laboratory results के आधार पे नहीं कह रहे हैं, लेबोरेटरी में तो बहुत ही इसका परीक्षण हुआ ही है, बट इसकी फील्ड ट्रायल्स, वी हैव कंडक्टेड फील्ड ट्रायल्स इन मोर देन 200 हाउसहोल्ड्स। लगभग 200 से अधिक घरों में इसकी फील्ड ट्रायल्स किया गया है, जिसमें कि आईजीएल भी कुछ हद तक सपोर्ट में था पीसीआरए के, जब ये ट्रायल्स हुए हैं। तो वी हैव टेकन फीडबैक फ्रॉम द यूजर्स, यूजर के फीडबैक हमने लिए हैं, देन वी डिड सम स्लाइट मॉडिफिकेशन, क्योंकि आप जानते हैं कि इंडिया में अलग अलग तरह के खाना बनाया जाता है, सबकी रिक्वायरमेंट अलग होती है। मेट्रो सिटीज में जहाँ की आपको ज़्यादा हाई फ्लो रेट में चाहिए, आपको जल्दी जल्दी सारा कुछ बनाना होता है, वहीं कुछ ग्रामीण एरिया में या कुछ आप नॉर्थ में जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे जो है आपके इस तरह के डिशेस बनते हैं जिसको कि आपको हाई हीट चाहिए, लंबे समय तक पकते हैं। तो बेस्ड ऑन ऑल दीज प्रैक्टिकल थिंग्स, ये सभी प्रैक्टिकल चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए, जैसे कि आप रोटी देख सकते हैं कि भाई कहीं पे सिंपल गेहूं का है, कहीं पे मोटी रोटी हो रही है। साउथ में आप देखेंगे तो गुजरात में देखेंगे तो दे मेक फाफड़ा एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, तो उसको अलग तरह की हीट प्रोफाइल की जरूरत होती है। तो बहुत ज्यादा इसमें वेरिएशन था, इसलिए हमने सारी चीजों को हमने बहुत बारीकी से समझा। एंड वी आर वेरी थैंकफुल टू पीसीआरए की पीसीआरए में almost in every major part of the country they have organized such seminars. I'm talking about 2019 से मैं पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो उस समय बहुत हमने सेमिनार्स किए थे इस तरह के अलग अलग शहरों में, और वहाँ के लोगों के हमने रिक्वायरमेंट्स को देखी, वहाँ की सीजीडी कंपनी से बात किया। तो आई थिंक दिस प्रोडक्ट नाउ हैज रीच्ड अ वेरी refined level, or this design is now a very reliable design. So इस प्रोडक्ट की बात करें तो ये हर प्रकार के उसमें आता है। It comes in the steel body also, in the glass body, 2 burner, 3 burner, 4 burner, हर प्रकार के उसमें ये this burner and stove is available. And now we are working on hobs also. हॉब्स पे भी हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं और जल्दी इसका एक हॉब भी हम लोग लेके आ जाएंगे। इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी की बात करें तो ये हमारा क्योंकि एक रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट है, तो हम बहुत ध्यान देते हैं कि हम जो भी काम कर रहे हैं उसका कुछ हमको एक इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी के रूप में वो हमको मिल जाए। तो वी फाइल्ड सम पेटेंट्स एंड डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन इन इंडिया एज वेल एज अदर कंट्रीज। तो इंडिया में डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन मिल चुका है, बांग्लादेश में हमको इसका पेटेंट ग्रांट हो चुका है, और हमने पीसीटी में भी किया था, तो नाइजीरिया में भी इसका हमको पेटेंट ग्रांट हो चुका है। इंडिया में इट इज द फाइनल स्टेज पे है। कुछ क्वेरीज थी जिसका कि हमने उनको रिप्लाई दे दिया है, तो होपफुली इट विल बी ग्रांटेड वेरी सून इन इंडिया एज वेल। अब एनर्जी सेविंग पोटेंशियल की बात करें कि तो जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि लगभग 20 से 25% तक का इसमें फ्यूल सेविंग पॉसिबल है इस नए स्टोव के यूज के हिसाब से। तो आप देख सकते हैं अगर 50 लाख कस्टमर के हिसाब से अगर हम देखें, अगर ये सब 50 के 50 लाख हमारा ये जो नया स्टोव है इसको इस्तेमाल करने लगे, तो कस्टमर को तो फायदा है ही है, पर हमारे कंट्री को भी इससे बहुत फायदा है। बट क्वेश्चन आता है कि सीजीडी कंपनीज को क्या फायदा है, बिकॉज सीजीडी कंपनीज कहती हैं कि हमारा तो जो है सेल्स कम हो जाएगा 20 से 25%, बट फायदा उनके लिए भी है बिकॉज दे कैन पंप दिस सेव फ्यूल इनटू अदर सेक्टर्स लाइक द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सेक्टर और इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर में इस जो फ्यूल की बचत हुई है उसको उसमें इस्तेमाल कर सकता है। और आने वाले भविष्य में वी नो दैट दिस पीएनजी डोमेस्टिक पीएनजी सेक्टर इज इंक्रीजिंग वेरी रैपिडली, तो आने वाले भविष्य में इसकी डिमांड और ज़्यादा तेज होगी, और मुझे ये शंका है कि इसकी कीमतें भी काफ़ी हद तक बढ़ेंगी और बढ़ भी चुकी हैं पिछले कुछ एक आध साल के बीच में। ऑल्सो गवर्नमेंट के लिए ये भी फायदा है, जैसे मैंने पहले भी बताया कि जो एलपीजी हम रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं मेजर अपने मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज़ में पीएनजी से, वो एलपीजी हम अपने रूरल एरियाज में उनका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। और जो हमारा उज्ज्वला योजना है या इस तरह की योजना है, तो उसमें इन योजनाओं को इट कैन फर्दर स्ट्रेंथन ऑल दीज प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। ऑल्सो जैसे कि CO2 उत्सर्जन, CO2 एमिशंस की बात मनोज सर ने भी पहले कही थी, तो विद द यूज ऑफ, बिकॉज हम 25% कम इस्तेमाल करेंगे, हमारा कम खर्चा होगा, तो डेफिनेटली जो CO2 उत्सर्जन है, जो CO2 एमिशंस हैं, इट विल कम डाउन इन अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट क्वांटिटी। कमर्शलाइजेशन की बात करें तो विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ पीसीआरए एंड आवर टॉप मैनेजमेंट, आईआईटी के मैनेजमेंट के जो सुझाव थे एंड देयर इनिशिएटिव थे, वी कंडक्टेड अ वेरी यूनिक प्रोग्राम एट IIT एंड वी इनवाइटेड ऑल द मेजर स्टोव एंड बर्नर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनीज ऑफ आवर कंट्री, और हमने एक ही दिन में 30 से अधिक कंपनियों को इसका लाइसेंस दिया, और अभी ये लाइसेंस की संख्या 42 हो चुकी है और रिसेंटली भी हमारे पास कुछ एप्लीकेशंस आई हैं जो कि इस टेक्नोलॉजी को लेना चाह रही हैं और हमारे कस्टमर्स और हमारे लाइसेंसीज में ऑल द बिग ब्रांड्स लाइक सनफ्लेम, Stufa and all the big brands are there and we are giving a very good opportunity to all these manufacturing companies और इससे एक नया बिजनेस का उनको मौका भी मिला है। पॉपुलराइजेशन में बहुत एफर्ट किए हैं पीसीआरए ने। अगेन वेरी थैंकफुल दैट पीसीआरए हैज बीन कंडक्टिंग ऑल दीज popularization activities and you can see in the picture that Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji himself is being briefed on this improved PNG or new PNG stove at the Vigyan Bhavan और हमारे पूर्व मंत्री हमारे पूर्व ऑयल एंड नेचुरल गैस मिनिस्टर श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी ने भी इस स्टोव की काफी सराहना की और उन्होंने अपने भाषण में भी बोला था कि दिस स्टोव कैन really change the domestic energy fuel consumption scenario of our country. We do some skill development program also time to time for all the stove and burner manufacturers and also for the CGD companies also. We conducted few programs at our institute जिसमें कि हम डिटेल्स में इस तरह के स्टोव्स में क्या हमने सुधार किए हैं, कैसे उनको टेस्ट करना है, कहाँ से अलग अलग चीजें लेनी है, ये सब हम उनको बहुत डिटेल में इसकी हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग देते हैं अपने इंस्टीट्यूट में। अब इसकी टेस्टिंग इवैल्यूएशन फैसिलिटी की बात आती है क्योंकि ये स्टोव हैज बीन नाउ लाइसेंस टू मोर देन 40 कंपनीज और वो अपने स्टोव्स को बना रहे हैं, बट इसकी टेस्टिंग एंड इवैल्यूएशन की फैसिलिटी नहीं थी। बट नाउ आई थिंक देयर आर 2 or 3 लैब्स BIS recognized labs जहाँ पे ये टेस्टिंग इवैल्यूएशन फैसिलिटी है एंड इवन एट IIT we started it very fast and हमारे पास में एक बेहतरीन फैसिलिटी है where we can really evaluate these stoves based on all the parameters set by the Bureau of Indian Standards. इन स्टोव को मार्केट में लाने के लिए और इसकी डुप्लिसिटी को रोकने के लिए भी ट्राई टू मेक सम एफर्ट और हमने एक बहुत ही स्पेशल लोगो हमने डिजाइन किया था एज यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर। इस लोगो बहुत ही सुंदर एक लोगो हमने बनाया था जिसमें कि पीसीआरए, आईआईपी और सीएसआईआर का नाम था और ये फ्यूल एफिशिएंट बर्नर के लिए एक ऑथेंटिकेशन का बार कोड भी हमने क्यूआर कोड हमने एक बनाया था और कस्टमर इस क्यूआर कोड को स्कैन करके इसकी ऑथेंटिसिटी को जांच सकता था। Recently, there has been a very good development. PCRA और EESL के बीच में एक समझौता हुआ है जिसमें कि they really want to bring all these new PNG stoves in the market और इस दिशा में काफी हद तक काफी अच्छा काम हो रहा है और इसकी काम की शुरुआत हो चुकी है। Now I would like to draw your attention towards the standard of PNG stove because जैसे कि मैं देख सकता हूँ कि in the audience there are participants from the CGD companies, participants from some users are also there, maybe some manufacturers are also there. So इस स्टोव का स्टैंडर्ड क्या है? यहाँ तक अभी तक हम जानते आए हैं कि एलपीजी स्टोव के लिए हमारे देश में IS 4246 एक स्टैंडर्ड था जिसको कि बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से फॉलो किया जा रहा था, पर क्योंकि ये एक नया प्रोडक्ट था तो इसलिए हमने वी अपोज्ड ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड ऑल्सो और हमने ये उनके सामने प्रस्ताव रखा, वी प्रपोज दैट देयर शुड बी अ सेपरेट इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड फॉर दिस पीएनजी स्टोव्स। तो हमारे प्रयास के फलस्वरूप ये स्टैंडर्ड जो है 2019 में दिस स्टैंडर्ड हैज बीन published और it is now available and I think more than 4 or 5 manufacturing companies have taken this standard from BIS also. They are now BIS standard companies for PNG stoves. ये पीएनजी स्टोव क्या है? इस पीएनजी स्टोव की स्पेसिफिकेशन क्या है? क्योंकि जब हम कस्टमर होते हैं तो हमको ये हम हमेशा देखते हैं कि जो स्टोव हम ले रहे हैं, जो प्रोडक्ट हम ले रहे हैं, वो एक स्टैंडर्ड प्रोडक्ट है कि नहीं है, उसमें ISI मार्क है कि नहीं है। तो ये जो आप कैसे इसको वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं इस चीज को, तो उसके बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा एक जनरल आपको जानकारी देना चाहता हूँ। तो जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है, और शायद मैंने पहले भी अपने स्लाइड में बताई होगा, कि जो इनलेट प्रेशर है LPG स्टोव और PNG स्टोव का, जो गैस इनलेट प्रेशर है वो डिफरेंट होता है। जो LPG स्टोव है, LPG स्टोव द गैस इनलेट प्रेशर ऑफ फॉर LPG स्टोव इज अराउंड 35 मिलीबार, लगभग 35 मिलीबार का प्रेशर रहता है। बट इन केस ऑफ PNG द इनलेट गैस सप्लाई प्रेशर इज अराउंड 25 मिलीबार, 21 मिलीबार का गैस इनलेट प्रेशर रहता है। तो दिस इज अ मेजर टेक्निकल डिफरेंस। तो ये टेक्निकल डिफरेंस की वजह से जो इसकी परफॉर्मेंस है या जो और पैरामीटर्स हैं वो भी थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट हो जाते हैं कंपेयर टू LPG स्टोव। तो ये जो स्टैंडर्ड है PNG स्टोव का, इसका नंबर है IS 17153। तो ये स्टैंडर्ड दिस प्रिस्क्राइब्स द रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ स्टोव, इट्स परफॉर्मेंस एंड सम जनरल रिकमेंडेशन दे हैव गिवन। तो ये सब I think I will share this PPT with you. You can go through all these things. तो जो इसमें important चीज है, मैं सिर्फ उसी के बारे में बात करूंगा। तो I will directly go to the strength and rigidity test. ये इसका पहला टेस्ट है इस स्टैंडर्ड में, जिसमें कि जो क्वालिटी ऑफ द स्टोव बॉडी, द क्वालिटी ऑफ द स्टोव बॉडी इज कंफर्म। तो आप जब स्टोव ले रहे हैं, अगर वो स्टील बॉडी का है, स्टील का स्टोव है, तो उसका जो फ्रेम है, जो उसकी जो बॉडी है, उसमें इतनी स्ट्रेंथ होनी चाहिए कि वो अगर 50 kg का वेट उसके बीच में रख दिया जाए तो उसका जो बीच का हिस्सा है, there should not be any deflection, there should not be any change of more than 5 mm, 5 mm से ज्यादा का उसमें झुकाव नहीं होना चाहिए उसकी स्टोव की बॉडी में। वहीं अगर आप स्टील बॉडी, आप ग्लास बॉडी का स्टोव ले रहे हैं, तो वो ग्लास जो है, उसके ऊपर का जो ग्लास है, वो आपका जल्दी से, या वो आपका टूटना ही नहीं चाहिए किसी भी कंडीशन में चलाते हुए। अगर वो गिर गया, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग, बट अगर आप उसको यूज कर रहे हैं तो यूज करते समय वो किसी भी प्रकार का उसमें क्रैक या किसी भी प्रकार की डिफॉर्मेशन आपकी जो टॉप सरफेस है उसमें नहीं आना चाहिए। गैस कंजम्पशन टेस्ट है, उसका गैस कंजम्पशन टेस्ट बहुत जरूरी होता है, बिकॉज उसमें आप उसका क्या रेटिंग है, उसकी क्या फ्लो रेट्स हैं, ये आप डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं। उस हिसाब से आप, क्योंकि एक जनरल अगर आप साइंटिफिक टर्म्स में मैं बताऊं तो आपको फ्लो रेट के हिसाब से, आपको बर्नर की कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से ही उसके ऊपर में बटन रखना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपका बर्नर इज वेरी, बर्नर आपका जो है 2 किलोवाट का है, 200 लीटर पर आवर की फ्लो रेट है, और आप उसमें रख रहे हैं बहुत ही छोटा बर्तन जिसमें कि आप कुछ उबाल रहे हैं, तो क्या होता है कि फ्लेम जो है, द हीट एनर्जी ऑफ द फ्लेम गेट्स वेस्टेड। तो आपको फ्लो रेट के हिसाब से ही यू शुड चूज द राइट साइज ऑफ द यूटेंसिल। ये एक मेथड ऑफ डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ CO2 एंड CO एंड CO2 का रेशियो, जिसको कंबशन एफिशिएंसी बोलते हैं, ये उसका मेथड है, जिससे कि एक ये हम देखते हैं कि द फ्यूल इज बर्निंग करेक्टली, एफिशिएंटली और नॉट। ये इसकी थर्मल एफिशिएंसी निकालने का सेटअप है। दिस इज द वेरियस साइजेस ऑफ पैन्स एज पर द फ्लो रेट। फ्लो रेट के हिसाब से क्या पैन साइज होना चाहिए, ये भी स्टैंडर्ड में निर्धारित किया होगा, इज मेंशन इन द स्टैंडर्ड। Okay, so this is the testing and evaluation facility at CSR IIT. So combustion efficiency test, thermal efficiency test है, all the resistance to drought की facility है, यानी कि हवा के, तेज हवा के बहाव में आपका smoke should not extinguish. So all these testing facilities are available at IIT. At the right hand side, you can see the wall, ceiling and wall and ceiling temperature measurement setup. इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि जो retrofitted stove होता था, the flame was very, very high, बहुत एक लंबी ऊंची फ्लेम होती थी जो रेट्रोफिटेड स्टोव होता है। तो क्या होता है कि BIS में बोलते हैं कि
Pankaj, just for the benefit, there was a request to tell some to continue in English. Actually, please add some English.
Okay. So shall I start from the this standard?
No. You can just continue from that only because.
Okay. So there are. I was talking about the standard BIS standard on PNG stoves. So IS 1717153 is the number of the standard which prescribes the requirement of a PNG stove. So it prescribes the general conditions, performance conditions, and some requirements like the level of the commercial efficiency, the level of the thermal efficiency, and other things. As you can see in the screen, we at CSR IIT have all the testing facilities as per the IS BIS, and you can see that this is the combustion and thermal efficiency test setup, drought resistance test setup, and here you can see at the right hand side the wall and ceiling temperature measurement setup. So this is also an important parameter for these stoves. So I think with this I have almost covered all the things, but sorry if I missed something. But I would like to hear from you that if you have any queries, then I will be very happy to answer those queries. So over to you, Manoj sir. This is all from my side.
Thank you, Pankaj for this lovely presentation. I think you have elaborated all the aspects of the PNG stove. But to continue, actually, we have received some questions in the chat. Pankaj, can you just answer? One question was that how can you say that there is a saving of around 25%? I think once you have showed that how you can say the 25% savings is achieved in this new PNG stove.
Pankaj, you can stop sharing your PPT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we will take all the questions which are shared in the chat box. We will reply in the brief, because in this program we cannot give very detailed reply. If any question needs a detailed reply, then it can be answered subsequently through email, etc.
Okay. So I'm going through all the queries which are there in the chat box. So I'll start from this Mr. V.S. Bhaskar. He has written here that the thermal efficiency of new stove is 55% and the retrofitted stove is 40%. Then how do you say that it is safe? So 55, it is not actually 55%. It is always greater than 65%. But the standard says that the minimum requirement of any PNG stove should not be less than 55%. Should not be less than 55% as per the BIS standard. But the improved PNG stove that has been developed by IIT, in all conditions, it is more than 65%. Even we are reaching 70% also in the laboratory conditions. So I think if Mr. V.S. Bhaskar needs any further clarification on this.
I think the second question was that what is the rationale behind the drop in the efficiency? That is when you convert the LPG stove to a PNG stove. I think you have answered that in the slide, but you can just give in one or two lines.
As I mentioned in my presentation also that both the gases are different, and when we are injecting a different gas, that is PNG, in a burner or in a stove which is designed for LPG, then there happens some changes because we have increased the flow rate to match the power rating of the stove. Now there is more amount of fuel and air going into the mixing tube, and the flame is generally lifted in that case. So lifted flame actually you can see that the combustion efficiency or the temperature of the flames are not to that limit, because now you can easily understand that now more air is giving into the flames, and the flames are lifted. So the air, this air actually cools down the flame, and the flame temperature goes down. So now the heat transfer from flames to the utensil or the cooking items or the water is lower compared to the earlier situation. So the thermal efficiency goes down. Also, there are various thermal losses which are due to this the suboptimal conversion or retrofitment of the LPG stove. So I think with this present setup, I can give this explanation also. Otherwise, if in the practically, I can show you that how this.
No, it is okay. Actually, that was that. And one question actually that will the CGD sector get CO2 carbon credit? I think
I'm not aware of this. Maybe you can answer, or maybe the PNGRB people can answer this question.
Can I ask something? Can I ask something with your kind permission?
Yeah. May I know who is speaking?
Kindly give your introduction, and we request that question, people who are asking question to be brief during the asking question, and request you to ask the relevant question with the relation of promotion of this PNG.
Okay. I am. My name is Devashish Bhattacharya. I am from Calcutta. Say this piped natural gas, it's not available all over the country. Wherever it is available, okay, it's fine. So I want to know that which parts of the country are being targeted initially. At Calcutta, earlier we used to get piped natural gas, that was coal gas basically, that used to come from DPL, and then it was there in earlier days. After that, Coal India, they had a plant nearby Calcutta. They again started an initiative, and a company was formed called Greater Calcutta Gas Supply Corporation. It continued for
sir, just I'm interrupting you,
more years,
sir.
But now it hardly exists. But
sir,
the lines are there. Pipelines are there still at some parts of Calcutta. So my area of interest is basically that which all areas of the country are being targeted right now for this PNG.
Sir, just to answer this question, actually, presently the total country has been targeted to roll out the PNG connections. So Calcutta, I think the Calcutta, they are in the process of setting up this PNG. The CGD companies are in the process of setting up rolling out the connections. So I think by maybe 2 or 3 years it will be coming. Now the PNG connections is mostly available in Delhi NCR, Bangalore, the south part, the Hyderabad area, and in the west, the Gujarat and Maharashtra area. So this is around 1 crore subscribers are there in the PNG right now in the country, and the government is planning to extend it to the whole of the India. And maybe in the next 7 years, more than 50% of the population will be getting these PNG connections. So Calcutta, they are working on it, and it will be available soon. Actually, for that you can refer the PNGRB site also. There they have given the details of where they are planning and what is the target to each of the companies and where it is coming
That's
out.
very good. That's
some people have asked regarding the sharing of the presentations. So we will be sharing both the presentations to all the participants. For the faculties, we will share with our regional officers and they will share with the faculties so that they can use the contents of PPT during their awareness programs. We will also share with all the CGD companies these PPTs.
But let us imagine a scenario when PNG is, which is true now for Delhi and other areas, that PNG is also available, LPG is also available. So what should be our plan really? Both being available.
Both are available, but PNG is dominating. So I think we should go for PNG because it is cheaper. First, second, it is beneficial to the customer, and it also helps in reduction of the country's burden on the foreign exchange, and as well as it also is beneficial towards the carbon neutralization of the country.
So PNG will be encouraged. You mean to say basically?
Definitely.
Any other questions if anybody else wants to ask, otherwise we will conclude it.
One question was that, just a minute, one question it has come.
Sir, CNG is highly explosive. So now there are fires while using the LPG. How to deal with the CNG fires in future, sir, when we use PNG?
Can I comment on this, sir? Yeah, actually CNG is there is some explosion risk because CNG is at a very high pressure. The pressure inside the cylinder is around 200 bars. So in that way, it is very dangerous from any accident point of view. But if you talk about the PNG, so the pressure of the gas which is coming to your household is not that high. So in that way, it is there is no any fire and safety issue related to PNG. But of course, there may be some chances in case of CNG when it is used in the vehicle. But even there also the chances are very diminishing. It's very rare it is. So PNG is a very safe gas compared to all the other gases available. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Pankaj.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Pankaj.
Yes, sir.
I am SK Sinha here, accredited energy editor PCRA. I have some question.
Yes, sir.
First of all, you just tell me fundamentally there is a difference between LPG and CNG. LPG is heavier than air and CNG is lighter than air. That is one. Secondly, now coming to the design of stove, can this regular stove be used? As you have told, that's because of calorific value of CNG is lower, so you require more quantity. So some orifice sort of thing or nozzle sort of thing has been done. So is it possible with the regular stove, just purchasing that equipment, you can solve the issue?
Sir, I could not get exactly. Means you want to say that with the retrofitment, is it possible to convert a LPG stove into PNG? Is that your question, sir?
I'm talking about, if you talk about the price of oven now, it is around 3,000 to 4,000 on an average. It is not possible for the poor people. So is there any possible of retrofitting this regular LPG to CNG?
Shankiji ji, I would like to answer this question. Actually, all this program itself is about not using the retrofitted and using the PNG stove. आप जो बात कर रहे हैं कॉस्ट की बात कर रहे हैं 3,000-4,000 रुपए की बात कर रहे हैं तो जो PNG एफिशिएंट PNG स्टोव यूज करने में जो PNG का सेविंग है सो उससे 2 साल में उसका PNG स्टोव का कॉस्ट रिकवर हो जाएगा. But after 2 years, there will be continuous cost saving for the customer also. दूसरी बात है इसमें जो PNG की सेविंग हम बता रहे हैं 25%, उससे कस्टमर का आफ्टर 2 years that will be cost saving plus CGD companies के लिए PNG की सेविंग है which they can use in selling as a commercial gas. Third, there is a reduction in the CO2 emission. So this whole our effort is only to promote the PNG stove rather than using retrofit kit which is being used currently.
Okay, great.
And also the cost of this PNG stoves are almost same to that of the LPG stove. Cost में कोई ज़्यादा difference नहीं है sir.
And retrofitted stove is not encouraged really.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It is not encouraged.
एक्चुअली कॉस्ट क्या है ना कि कॉस्ट ज्यादा की बात नहीं है पंकज जी, बात यह है कि अगर किसी कस्टमर के पास ऑलरेडी एलपीजी स्टोव है तो दे डोंट वांट टू बाय द न्यू स्टोव, सो इफ दे हैव टू बाय न्यू स्टोव दैट इज द एडिशनल कॉस्ट. तो वो जो भी कॉस्ट है 2000, 3000, 4000 डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नंबर ऑफ बर्नर्स है, दैट इज द थिंग. और रिट्रोफिट की जो बात है दैट इज दे आर गेटिंग फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, क्योंकि ये सीजीडी कंपनीज के लिए मैंडेट है पीएनजीआरबी का that if they have to sell the PNG connection, they have to do this retrofit free of cost without charging any cost from the customer. So that they are getting free of cost. So that is the discouragement in purchasing the new PNG stove, which we want to tell customer. हम customer को ये बताना चाहते हैं कि ठीक है आपको free of cost ये PNG का stove मिल रहा है, but आप you are spending 25% more on this PNG cost. अगर उसके आप नया पीएनजी स्टोव लेंगे जो कि हमने डेवलप किया है विच इज एज पर बीआईएस सर्टिफिकेशन, तो उसमें आपकी पीएनजी स्टोव की कॉस्ट एक्स्ट्रा है डेफिनेटली, बट दैट विल बी रिक्वायर्ड इन 2 years. पर मंथ 200 रुपए का उसकी सेविंग है आज का जो पीएनजी का रेट है उसके ऊपर. तो 200 रुपए पर मंथ है जो आपने कंजम्पशन बताया, उसमें 2 साल में उसका पीएनजी स्टोव फ्री हो जाएगा और 2 साल के बाद हर महीने उसका वो 200 रुपए पर मंथ उसका सेविंग है. तो दैट वी नीड टू टेल द कस्टमर. और सीजीडी कंपनीज के लिए भी मिस्टर राहुल ने क्वेश्चन पूछा है इसके बारे में, कार्बन एमिशन के बारे में. तो बेसिकली हमारा कंसेप्ट जो है, थ्योरी यही है कि दैट इज अ सेविंग ऑफ 25% पीएनजी इन द कंजम्पशन एंड इक्वल सेविंग इज द CO2 एमिशन. मतलब आज हम जितना CO2 एमिशन हम कर रहे हैं उससे 25% रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. तो सीजीडी कंपनीज के लिए एक एडवांटेज और है, दे कैन डू दिस मार्केट trading also for this reduced CO2 emission which is being done in the currently carbon markets. So that is added advantage for the CGD companies in addition to कि जो उनका PNG saving हो रहा है सेल में, that they can sell as a CNG as a commercial in the automotive sector. So this is the 2 advantages for the CGD companies. So it is a win-win situation for all, for customers, for CGD companies, for nation, everybody.
Mr.
Exactly,
Pankaj.
that's the thing. Because cost is not that major issue, what I feel.
Yes,
because cost depends on so many other things. If we are really willing, then the stoves will be cheaper, as simple as that. Because cost, who decides?
Now, Pankaj, another question I have, very pertinent question, particularly in the bigger cities like metros and all, where in complexes you will find already LPG is used in this thing, what is that called? Piped LPG, right? Yes. Now, what I understand from the configuration and empirical formula of this CNG and versus LPG, coming to the pipeline, I think same pipeline, can we use the same pipeline or we have to change the pipeline?
You want to say that the LPG pipeline which is there in these buildings can be used for...
I think, Sir, actually, we are dealing with the stove itself and whether that is converted or it will be of the CGD company's purview, sir.
CGD companies...
Why I'm asking you this question, try to understand. Now, but when this ethanol और methanol का जब बात चला ना ये गाड़ी में यूज करने के लिए कार में पेट्रोल के इसमें, methanol is more carcinogenic और इसके चलते क्या है pipeline other things they get damaged very badly.
Now, sir, just to break, sir, we are only discussing about the PNG stove in the domestic sector. Not any...
we are discussing about PNG stove, but PNG stove will be used where? It will be used in the multiplexes. It will be used in complexes. It will be used
in the kitchen, sir. In the kitchen, we are not. We are only.
और सुनिए, किचन विचन सब ठीक है, लेकिन मेरा कहने का मतलब 2 है. आप इंडियन इकोनॉमी को अगर देखें, people cannot afford to change it. So that's what I was talking about retrofitting. Secondly, I was talking about big complex like जहाँ 800,000 का population है flat का, already pipeline connection लगा हुआ है. Whether the same pipeline can be used or not, because I am staying in the complex.
Shankiji, this question can be answered by CGD companies. So I request the representative from CGD companies if they can answer this question.
No, IIP Dehradun is also equally competent. I think I have been there 2 months training मैंने लिया था कभी. हमको लगता
बताइए
है
पंकज जी, if you can answer this question.
Sir, we have not studied any material compatibility of PNG with the material of pipeline, but I think the designers, means the CGD company, have designed or procured or they are installing the pipelines which are compatible with the PNG, and I think in each and every part, I think they are now changing or they are laying down new pipelines. So I think there should not be any issue with the compatibility.
It was a very important.
What he is asking, that wherever LPG bank has been provided and already pipelines are there for large complexes, whether that same facility can be used or not.
Sir, there is definitely difference in the pressure. As I mentioned earlier, you are talking about the commercial LPG.
Pankaj ji, kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah, so the difference is, there is definitely a difference in the operating pressure, sir, gas inlet pressure. So the commercial LPG pressure is definitely higher than the PNG pressure. So there is material compatibility issue as well as the operating pressure. So both these things need to be kept in mind while designing the pipelines.
There was a question from MGL Mumbai, Mr. B. Ram Sudhir. Can you just elaborate the question?
Sir, good afternoon. Actually, as per the PNGRB regulations, the scope of the entity is still the rubber hose, excluding the appliance. So when we go for propagating this particular PNG stove, so the customer is expected to have the stove before MGL reaches his premise, the time gap between the registration and the conversion, so that for us it will become easy to convert the customer at a single instance. Or if we convert the existing stove, and then later on if the customer simply buys another stove and then changes the rubber hose from the LPG stove to the PNG stove, then is it okay, and is there anything liability or any expectation from the CGD entity?
I think there is no issue with the hose pipe. The same hose pipe which was being used earlier in case of LPG can be used with the PNG. So we have done this discussion. Yeah, we have done
If it
this
is
discussion.
expected that the entity propagates the promotion of this particular appliance, then the list of all the approved vendors, and it has to be basically a transaction between the customer and the appliance manufacturer, because the entity does not per se get into the appliance part.
Yes. So that is why we are also talking with the DMAs also. And we are trying to popularize it through the DMAs to the customer.
So if you share any link or any particular place where the customer, we can share the details to him, the customer can approach whoever manufacturer he wishes to and get the appliance as per his choice.
Yes, it is available there with pcra, so you can take from them.
Okay, and if there are any predetermined or preset brochures or pamphlets which are used for this propagation, if you can share it with the entity, then the CGD entity, when it goes for the marketing campaigns, it can help us in that campaign also.
Yes, that is what we are trying.
Sir, we'll be sending the pamphlets to your mail ID is available with us, and also it is available on our site also, on PCRA site. But we'll additionally send it to your email ID so that it can be used as and when required by you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sir, another question was whether the stove is convertible from PNG to LPG. No, this is a stove that is exclusively for use with PNG only. I think Pankaj, that is.
Yes, yes. You are right, sir.
Good.
The stove has been designed for PNG only.
Any okay, I think most of the questions has been answered. If any further question is there, that can be mailed to us so that we can answer them. But we'd request you that you kindly propagate this the message that how much saving you will be getting and how in which way the customer as well as the nation as well as the CGD companies will be beneficial in using this PNG stove. To conclude, I would request our Director PS to share his final thoughts and conclude the program, sir.
Dear all, Mr. Pankaj Arya, thanks for giving this detailed presentation on this efficient PNG stove. And all dear the participants and our this representatives from the CGD companies. As I told you earlier, that it is a win-win situation for all. It is benefit for customer, for CGD companies, for our country as a whole also. One more thing that the major hurdle in promoting and selling, not I don't want the word to sale, but major hurdle in promoting this PNG stove is that this PNG RB regulation that all CGD companies have to give the retrofit kit in the free of cost so that the customers existing LPG stove can be converted to PNG. So our ministry, our ED and our Joint Secretary Refinery have taken up with PNG RB also that for all the upcoming new connections in the for the PNG, it should be made mandatory that customer has to purchase this BIS certified PNG stove. Then only he will be given the new connection. So the discussion is going on. And we expect that very shortly this regulation will also come for all the CGD companies that for all the new connections which they are going to issue, they need to customer needs to have this PNG stove. So till that time when it happens, we should start promoting now onwards this PNG stove so that customer is well educated and customers is informed about the benefits of this PNG stove rather than using LPG stove with the retrofit kit and how it is beneficial cost wise also, safety wise also, and conservation by environment wise also. So with this, I thank again to Mr. Pankaj Arya and all our friends who have given their precious time and joined this program. And again, I request the CGD companies and our faculties who are, whenever they are doing any awareness program for their customers for safety, etc., they should provide this information also regarding the usage of PNG stove. We will be sharing both the presentations to all the participants. Leaflets. For faculties. We will leaflets and leaflets also. We will share the design of the leaflets. They can use it and whatever help and support regarding the content is required from PCRA. We will be giving it. You all have our email ID of Mr. Manoj Acharya. He is handling this activity. So please feel free to ask any support in this regard. Thanks, all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice session.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
अगर पॉसिबल हो तो एक हमारे है पीसीआरए के उनकी भी कैसी जॉइंट मीटिंग रखें.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
इस समय तो बंद है ना ये नहीं जी आवाज चलो बंद
कहाँ से है भाई? सिंह जी, सुनील झा जी, सुशील जी, शर्मा सर, मनोहर जी, सक्सेना जी।